It is February 3rd, and it's baseball season, baby. Football's done with. It's Yankees season. Spring training is around the corner. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's talk about our biggest fears and our most exciting predictions. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old jomboy and Jake. Recaps galore and weekly awards. Stat lines, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talkin' Yanks with old jomboy and Jake. Talkin' Yanks with old jomboy and Jake.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Talkin' Yanks, the first episode of February, which is my birthday munch. It's my birthday munch. It's a great month. People enjoy it. It's the shortest, but this is the longest version of February because it's got a 29 in it. Speaking of February 29th, we're hosting an event down in Tampa at George Steinbrenner Field. Go get your tickets now, shop.talkinyanks.com. If you'd like to hang out with Jake and I and the rest of the crew as we enjoy a game in Tampa, down the first baseline in our own section, hanging out with just us, Talkin' Yanks brethren, with some food and beer and wine involved. My name's Jomboy. I'm coming to you from the Bronx. I got my co-host and best friend Jake. He's in Denver, and this episode is brought to you by Llewellyn Trevino, our favorite, Hayden Woodward, Ian Kane. Oh, wow. Ian Kane, and the second name is spelled K-A-I-N. So his first name and his second name both have I-A-N. Just added a K. A lot of the same letters there, Ian. Dwayne Potts. He's an old friend. He's back. Jess Arnold and Bill Domica. Those are our most recent Patreons. Patreon.com/TalkinYanks. Thank you very much for hosting this episode and supporting us. We appreciate it. Jake, I will let you talk now. How are you doing? Good afternoon.
Jim, Dwayne, and Kane. Ian, I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to be talking Yanks with you. We've been churning butter all morning, and now we get to put that butter on the bread with our Yankees stuff. So I'm excited. It is February. Football is done, like you said. The Super Bowl was yesterday.
Aaron Boone correctly predicted the final score of the Super Bowl. That's kind of impressive. Are you proud to have a manager that can do that?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
I think so. I think you can throw that in the DVD and have a little fun with it. So we'll see on that. But, yeah, pretty solid Super Bowl. I feel like nobody said that. Everyone's talking about the Chiefs' comeback, but it was like a good game. So that's good. Good for the Super Bowl. And yeah, man, we're in that final grind, man. Spring training's upon us. Like you said, join us at the spring training game, the 29th. All you can eat, all you can drink. Maybe Bernie Williams is there. I don't know. Maybe he's not either.
Maybe.
That's the other option. But we don't know. So
Maybe he is.
Maybe.
But also maybe and most likely he's not.
Maybe there's a good case he's not. So, but either way, if you're going to be in Tampa, if you know someone, send them our way. We're going to have a good old time. We're going to be all over spring training. And, yeah, next month or so of my life is just going to be pure chaos. So excited for that.
I was telling Keith McPherson here in Jomboy headquarters about how you have basically a month on the road straight.
Yeah.
Between the RV trip for spring training and then driving cross country to move and all that. And he was like, you better document that. He's like, people are going to be interested.
I'm always documenting, baby.
Yeah. Well, he said that you should be a one-man film crew and vlog it and edit it on the road.
Yeah, well, Keith doesn't really know what it's like being this good looking, so that's
he didn't say
Poppy is just on one side of the camera.
He didn't say any of that.
Okay.
He said that he'd be interested.
And maybe Bernie Williams will be at the spring training game. We don't know, people.
And if you are not going to be there for the 29th, or if you're just a Tampa resident or a Florida resident, we're trying to put together a live podcast with some guests on the 19th. So 19th or 29th, take your pick. Or stay 10 days in Tampa and do both.
Speaking of vlogging, the people are wondering how your Savannah trip was, Jim.
Savannah is kind of like molasses pouring out your mouth. Not a lot of accents, actually. I told Katie I was upset with the amount of like Savannah accents we heard. Just a couple. We met a couple from Mississippi. No, Georgia. They had thick accents. Not a lot. Savannah's awesome. Go if you want. It's a really cool small town. Like, we walked 7 miles and I didn't complain at all. Which, if anyone knows me, like if my sister or my mom hears that, they're gonna think Katie drugged me. But I got compression shorts, the Body Glide, and my new Lulu pants, so I'm a walking machine.
Some unnecessary details, but thank you.
I will give those details to anyone who needs them because they changed my life. Have you worn Lululemon pants?
I have not worn the Lulu pants. I think I've worn the Lulu shorts, but I hear nothing but praise on them. But
the Lululemon pants, I can't go back to wearing real pants now. It just seems so stupid.
Yeah.
So the only problem is they look too nice. Like now I'm wearing like dress pants with a hoodie. I wish that Lululemon would make the same comfort, but a little less nice. And so do all the Yankee players, probably, is what I'd say.
We'll reach out to them, yeah.
Yeah, okay. They'll wear them. Jake, tell the people what we're doing on today's episode. I kind of did it. It was your idea. It was your baby.
Hey, Jim. Yeah, we're approaching spring training. Our last couple episodes have been either pure voicemail, Twitter questions, and almost anti-baseball, because if you're a baseball fan, you're kind of hitting wit's end. So we decided to create a safe space for ourselves and all Yankees fans as the season approaches. I think the baseball wheels are really starting to turn, and you're starting to make your takes. You're starting to make sure your Twitter is up ready for the 2020 season. And we just want a safe place for, hey, if you got something you're nervous about, let's air it out here. You'd never say it on a podcast. You'd never say it in front of people so they could clip it up and take a quote. But some things you're a little scared about for the Yankees 2020 season. And some other things maybe you're a little bullish on. But you don't want to put that tweet out there saying J-Hap's going to win 20 games.
Jake, I read a couple of the responses to Twitter on this, and I read one that made me, I was like, I can't do these anymore. It sucked. It sucked so much. So I'm going to go into the Twitter responses blind, and we'll see my reaction. I know my biggest fear. Do you want me to just start there?
Death.
No, of the 2020 Yankee season.
Oh, of the okay, let's see. The guys all end up joining a cult during the season and stop playing baseball.
That'd be great. Oh, and stop playing baseball? Like they all just leave?
Yep.
Okay, that's not my biggest, no.
Okay, then I'm lost.
This is going to sound very simple, and I'm sure a lot of people have the same fear. That Aaron Judge gets hurt from swinging again and misses like another month or 2 months. And then all the people that say he's injury prone, he's never going to be full season, he's too big to play baseball, really start to have some ammo, and my brain starts to think like, maybe like we don't lock this guy up. My biggest fear that I'd never voice. I'd never say that out loud. But there's a lot of injuries. You can do injury a lot of people, but that's the one where like half of me, like 10% of me is expecting it.
There's a 4 horsemen on the team of guys that if they get hurt, it's deeper than them just being hurt this season. One is Aaron Judge. Big dude, has a somewhat odd injury history forming, but it is an injury history, and he's a big dude playing baseball, and there's always a worry with that. He's one. Number 2, Giancarlo.
Yeah.
Another big dude with an injury history. The 2 seasons before last year and his final year in Miami, he played a $158 games and a $159, and he played hurt with the Yankees too. Last year was so freaky. He got hit by a Yankees minor league dude while he was rehabbing. Hey, if Giancarlo can put together a full year this year, that's 3 out of 4 for a guy that was supposed to have like a Kind of crazy injury history is what it is. 3, Gary Sanchez.
Yep. Injury history.
Gary, you could defend the home runs with anyone who's played American League Baseball. The injuries are starting to become a thing, and this is Higgy's biggest year as a backup. I feel like I saw a tweet about Higgy. We'll get there. And my 4th one, Jim, you know who it is?
Garrett Cole.
Sevy. I think.
Yeah, because okay. So Garrett Cole doesn't fit into the bucket where you said where if he gets injured and misses the year, it's more than just missing the 2020 season. It's now like
it's
a bigger thing. It's a thing. Yes. But someone, yeah, I agree with all 4 of those. I mean, and so it's very easy to say those, and I think a lot of people say that's the biggest fear, and I don't think it's scary. I don't think we're scared to say biggest fear, right? So what I'm scared to say is that part of me is expecting Judge to miss a month. Like part of my brain's penciling it in, and that's what I'm scared to say out loud.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of something. It's that big body. I mean, hey, are we going to make some rush judgments on this new training staff? God, their first couple months are going to be dissected 100 times over. But yeah, it's a big man playing baseball, and I think the thing that's crazy, and maybe I'll start spinning things upwards, but I do like us getting the bat out of the way. But I mean, if Giancarlo or Judge play 145 games, like those guys should be MVP candidates. And some people might question Giancarlo on that because he did play, I think it was 158 or 159 the year before, but he was hurt. If the Yankees had more depth, they would have put him on the IL. He couldn't run. They had to DH him every game. So if you get healthy seasons out of those 2 guys, they're monsters. And I think you and I, when we went to our first spring training together, what was it, 2 years ago, we went down there playing the game. Do you think Judge and Stanton are going to combine for, 100 home runs? And we had people flipping a coin on it. And you just forget that this game is so tough to be good and healthy. So, yeah, I think we're also brainwashing ourselves a little bit because we know, dude, if we get a full season of Aaron Judge at this point, my word.
You know what I've never looked up? You know how I love the baseball savant, like hard hit, exit velocity?
Yeah.
I've never looked at Judge's.
I could see you liking Judge and Stanton's.
Is this going to, like, make me happy? It says I have looked at this, so maybe I lied.
I mean, their hard hit rate has to be beyond the bar.
Yeah, his exit velocity and hard hit rate is the 100th percentile. Both of them.
That's good. I say good.
Outs above average, 94th, 96th, 97th. Is the best at everything.
How's his speed? What's his speed percentile?
Sprint speed is 79th percentile.
Bum.
Old Judgy 5 strides. But his outfield jump is 40th. But like we've learned last year on this, you can have a really slow outfield jump and still be a tremendous outfielder. Like Mike Trout has the slowest outfield jump in MLB. He's one of the best center fielders.
Well, with him, it's weather first. So he's getting the wind. He's getting the barometric metrics, and then he catches the ball.
Okay.
Sports.
Right. That's fine. So Gary, if he misses a month, I'm like okay with it. I don't know. It's like it seems like he's a catcher. Grind is there. Maybe play him a little less, but that's not devastating to me. If it's bigger than a month, then it is. I'm kind of penciling that in. And I'm fine with it in a way, in a weird way.
Two 2-week injuries would be a really good year for Gary. And we had a fun conversation at winter meetings with not the Yankees analytics crew. We don't know.
Wasn't them. No, wasn't them.
We have no idea who they were, but they were very nice guys at the bar that had Yankee logos on their wallets.
Wow.
We ended up playing a fun game of how many catchers played. What was it? 120 games, 115 games.
Yeah.
And I think it was only 6 guys. So the catcher position is brutal. If Gary could put 130 together, I feel like we could shut up a lot of people on the internet for a little while. But yeah, if Gary Sanchez misses 1 month, whether it's 1 month as a whole or whether it's, a couple weeks divvied up, you kind of have to expect that a little bit.
So it was okay, here it is. It was games played or games started. No, it was only 3 catchers in 2019 played over 120 games as a catcher.
It's pretty wild.
Only 3. So like that's where you have to really limit your expectations on catchers. And I mean, anyone that's listened to Talking Yanks forever knows that this is kind of a spiel I go on a lot. Like, grade Gary as a catcher and compare him to catchers, because a lot of times people want to compare him to outfielders and DHs. Whatever. Wilson Ramos, JT Realmuto, and Yasmani Grandal, all National League catchers. Christian Vasquez played 119 games for Boston. Man, yeah. So
cool.
If you go to games started, there's only 2 catchers that started over 120 games. Realmuto and Grandal. Shit's nuts. Anyway. All right, so injuries are a big one. The one tweet I saw was that Cole gets injured like a season-ending injury like immediately. And I was like, oh my God, I'm out. I can't read that.
Yeah, that's off limits. That's
don't fucking cool. Say. I mean, I know we're saying things that we'd never say. Like, you bring that to me, and it's the Will Ferrell scene in Old School where he's like, it was the trust tree, I thought. It's like, no, dude, that one's not cool.
No, there's a trust tree, and then there's you fucked up. Like, get out of here.
Don't say it. Just don't say that, you know?
Yeah, that's not something you even say. Like, this is supposed to be amongst friends. Like, maybe you're on your second bucket of Millers, and you're just like, hey, I think Talkin could get MVP votes, and you're like, all right, like that's nice.
Well, give me your biggest fear. Do you have one? Because mine is, I think Judge misses a month. I'd never admit it.
Yeah, I mean, some of the injury stuff is tough and it gets tricky, like you said. I don't know. I guess it would be like Groundhog's Day. Not to get too emotional and tie it in, but like, I don't know. Like, if we just
not to get too emotional about Groundhog's Day.
Well,
don't do that. Just don't do that again, Jake.
Well, no, you'll see why, Jim. This is heavy. This is like in The Replacements when Shane says quicksand. He's not talking about actual quicksand. I'm not actually talking about Groundhog's Day. I'm talking about
injuries repeating themselves.
If it's October and we're just swinging through shit again, and it kind of feels like useless, like we're running back a lot of the same stuff. And there's just that fear factor that it's like, well, we swing and miss a lot, and it just didn't happen again. But hopefully, we know 1 less team is cheating, 1.5 less teams. So I don't know. I mean, that was like a heavy fear.
That they don't change their approach, sliders away, still's the poisoned pill.
Like, it's just it's rinse and repeat a little bit.
Okay. What's the thing you don't want to put out there because you know it's too cocky?
Oh, well, we'll get there. I'll bring it back to earth a little bit, and I saw someone with this in the comments. My general one is DJ LeMahieu's 2020. I feel like he had such a good year, and maybe Juice Ball helped him a little bit with the power. I mean, he's obviously got the contact tool, but he also hit 331 last year, and it's tough to replicate that kind of season. Like, picture if DJ LeMahieu, let me make sure I got the right number, Jim. Oh, Jorge Posada's player page. Look at that. You never know what you're going to get on this computer sometimes. LeMahieu hit 327 last year. Like, he could drop his batting average 30 points and he's hitting 297, which, hey, that's still really nice, but it's not what he did last year. And that's just a fear for me.
But that's still not that bad, though. Like, he could still have a really good year and not be what he did last year.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I think all we know is the DJ LeMahieu from last year. And we could still get a really good 295 DJ LeMahieu. And I just feel like people would be disappointed and it won't feel the same.
Oh, okay. Well, my biggest cocky is that DJ does the same shit.
And I like that. And I hear you.
Like, I that's what I think. So, like, it's not just like a fear. Like, you know, I don't see what's to change. The dude, it's not like the down and away sliders are just going to work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they found a hole, they never found a hole all season. Dude grinds at bats. His last at bat of the year was his best. I just think he likes the pressure. He lives for the big games, and he thrives off just like that. Like, I think he has more pressure on him going into this year than he did last year. And I think he likes that.
Yeah,
because he knows fuckers like you are saying he can't do that again, and he's like, that's what I'm here for.
Whoa! I never said anything. We're in a fucking trust tree.
He's here. He snuck in.
What does that even mean? He's here.
He's in the trust tree. He heard you.
He's here.
He heard you say that.
That was bizarre. Yeah, you're shattering rules. And no, you're right. I mean, especially Coors effect. Which is a thing. If you don't know, look it up. Yeah, I mean, it would just be pretty incredible if we snag DJ LeMahieu from the Rockies and he's yeah, now he hits 330 and he's an MVP candidate every year. That'd be nice.
Yeah. I think he likes the pressure of doing that. I think he's going to thrive off it again.
Who do you think has a better chance of being an all-star?
You have to give me options at this point.
Gio Urshela?
Yep.
Or Mike Talkman?
Gio Urshela.
Okay.
Les Poole.
It's
a Les Poole. I mean, outfielders, you got a lot of options because they don't go by position. Third base, you just got third base. I mean, there's a lot of guys Gio has to compete with. It's a pretty loaded position.
Yeah.
I just don't think Talkman's going to get the playing time.
Okay.
So I think Gio has the better chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wrong answer, but you answered, so that's okay.
Okay. You think Talkman?
He's here. He's here.
He's in the chat?
That's so bizarre.
He's in the well. You were acting like I told DJ and I spread news from the trust tree. I said I didn't spread news from the trust tree. He's in the trust tree.
He's here.
He's in the chat. He's going by Ace.
I don't know, man. I know some of the geeks came at me for Talkman, and again, I use geeks endearingly, but it's so funny with the different wars there are now. There's F war, there's war, O war, D war. Talkman was really good for a while last year, and you saw him get comfortable. He's really good against lefties. If a righty leaves a bad pitch, he's going to hook it onto the short porch. I don't know. I think Talkman's going to run into playing time, and we saw him be bad and then figure it out live, and he's got one of these. His AAA numbers were crazy. I think he late bloomed a little bit. I think Talkie, I don't know. I think I've talked myself into it a little bit, but that's what the trust tree is supposed to be for.
What's your favorite war? I mean, if I had to give you some options, 7 Years' War, War of 1812, or the War on Drugs.
I like.
You have to do a present. You have to do a presentation on one of them. What are you doing?
War on Drugs.
You just take drugs in front of the class and say, "This is it."
Welcome to war.
Stick the needle in.
You got to get out of here.
No, that's an A+. Good presentation. Should we start doing some of the people's answers on Twitter that I'm scared to read?
Let's get into the people and we'll start critiquing a little.
Bubak says that he would never tweet this, but Clint Frazier turns out to be a lovable guy and rakes in the field. Hey, it's very easy to be lovable. Just be really good.
Play the good.
Like, I don't think it's impossible for Clint to win over fans and win over me, and I'm hard on him, but I still think that is an easy option. Catch the ball and hit the ball consistently. You got me.
Catch the ball, hit the ball, have some fun out there. You wonder how the end of last year was for Clint, and I think we're friends with a lot of people in the Yankee media now, and they say nice stuff about Clint. Like he's got a good heart. He's like means well. He just does some stuff that you look at like a little brother or a little cousin, and you're like, what are you doing? But yeah, if Clint gets his chance and he catches fly balls and he hits, he will be liked.
Yeah. I mean, there'd have to be a good amount of injuries for him. So I think Talkman's ahead of him. Gardner, Stanton, Judge, and then when Hicks comes back.
Well, I mean, he's one injury away, right?
From being a bench player.
Yeah. You could new benches, you find minutes.
TD says biggest fear, Severino pitches all season like he has in the playoffs. I have more fear for Sevy's health than his results.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's no weird, like the fastball's just not there, like Sevy goes from pumping 98 regularly to he's topping out at 95, 96, I think that would be the concern. But no, I mean, Sevy's had a weird go of it from finishing that all-star season kind of bizarrely to last year. He's hurt basically the whole year. It'll be an interesting camp for Sevy.
Yeah. I know. Dude, last year, like, didn't he come in a little overweight? He said he ate too many plantains or whatever. He had a kid. And then Betances was like the same thing.
Well, the kid crew, basically everyone who had a kid got hurt. I forget the plantain things. I thought he was making a joke about that. Or I thought he said he got healthier and he stopped eating plantains.
Yeah, I forget what it was. Glaber's, I think, having a kid. Congrats, Glaby. Baby Glaby, for real. Hopefully, he doesn't get the curse of the new father injury. Fear.
No.
TD also said his biggest belief is that Mike Talkman stays hot and Gardy teaches him all he needs to know about being the number one hardo on the team before he retires.
There's a torch to be passed there. I see it. I like it.
The difference between Talkman and Gardy after they hit home runs, they both talk a lot. But Gardy, all he's doing is talking shit and saying, oh, you think you're so big, fucking Judge? You think you're so big? He's got that. Where Talkman saying, he came in with the two-seamer, and I saw it. And next pitch, I think he's going two-seamer again, but he goes this, and then I knew he was coming back again, and everyone's like, ooh, talky.
Yeah, we're good, man. He hung a curveball. That's what happened.
We saw it. We were watching.
Nice swing. Sit down.
TW, I think it's Todd, says, we stay healthy and this team won't be stopped, period. Saying that, I agree with that, man. Like I said that a couple episodes ago where I was whispering it because I would never say this on a podcast, but like I'm all in, dude. I'm sipping the Gatorade.
I mean, there's something to be said. The Astros, who have been the class of the American League, there was some news about them this offseason, and they lost Garrett Cole. The two dudes that Houston are now banking on in their rotation are pretty old. It's Verlander and Greinke. Not saying those dudes can't put a season together. They also lost Wade Miley. Houston's going to be hated everywhere they go, that they're they're either going to lean into it and enjoy the dark side, or they're going to have some tough moments this year. Boston is literally trading away, a top 3 baseball player, and they look like they're on a quick rebuild cycle. And the Central it doesn't feel like any of those teams, if they put it together, are going to have the same manpower as the Yankees or Houston.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But we can easily be wrong. You never know.
It's baseball Susan, they say.
Some of these fears come true, and it's over. Bubak, biggest fear. Jake gets famous and finds a new Twitter assistant.
Yeah, I get that. And I like that, though. I want him to be on his toes.
Okay. Patty Mack. I'm still a little bit worried about Paxton. He had all those well-documented first-inning trouble this past year, but closed real strong, including that gem of a performance in Game 5. I hope we see more of the latter than the former, but I don't think it's a guarantee. I'm not worried about Paxton. I'm now reminded how much I hated his first-inning troubles, and I was very mean about it, I think, at a point where I was like so done with it.
Yeah, you never really came to peace with it.
No, I didn't like it at all. I think you gave him the shit sandwich award because he had a really good first third of the season and a really good last third of the season, but it was shit in the middle of those two nice pieces of toasted sourdough. And he was dealing with some injuries, and maybe that hurt him a little more, and there was the pitch repertoire. Pitch mix wasn't great, but, a playoff game kind of endeared me to him where and the good stats in the end. If Garrett Cole can rub off on him a little bit, in
there.
I'm really excited about the personalities of playoff Tanaka. If we get Bully Sevy, you remember Bully Sevy in 17 in the first part of 2018, and then Cole and Paxton, if they can rub off on Paxton, get that fucking, what did Paxton used to say? Pitch with, he had a term that he said, he needs to pitch downhill and throw with conviction. I'm excited for those four to just be dickheads on the mound in the best way.
Happer, just pitching mean.
Do you have fears about Paxton if he's healthy being a poor pitcher?
Not really. I think Paxton kind of put us through the ringer last year with the first inning stuff because it was what is this, dude?
Three games in a row, home run, first pitch. I was about to.
You snapped, yeah.
I was about to punch myself in the face.
For me, it became kind of comedy for you punching yourself in the face, and he was still throwing good games, but it was just these toxic, miserable starts that were kind of unbelievable, and then he just went lights out. So I'm not too worried about Paxton. It's a contract year for him. Matt Blake and DJ, contract year for him. Hey, when we do the PPPs, I want to note if it's a contract year or not. Contract year. Alert. All right, so we're good with Paxton. This is the one, the Cole one, I'm not going to read it again. Biggest fear, this is Jamie Sullivan. Biggest fear is a 5-game series against Tampa Bay's starting rotation. Not even close to my top 20 fears. Yeah. And I think you're a Rays fan, Jamie, so boom. Sasugo being good is one that got me because, as I told you, I think I told you on Talkin Baseball, I watched a 2-minute hype video on Sasugo, who's on the Rays, and I am fully entrenched on him. Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, it's a Japanese player the Rays picked up. Such a good hype video. All in on him. Why don't you tweet it out? It's out, bro. I haven't, but there's many. There's so many. I want to see the one you saw. I saw one of him just trying to lay down bunts and missing them. I'll draw one. Okay, thank you. Erica Block says Greg Bird finds his niche by becoming a fishing influencer on Instagram. I don't know if that's her biggest fear or biggest belief. No, that's a fear. I'm for it. You seen Bird lately? That's a fear of hers. Yeah. Looking straight grizzly. Having a good time, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Mario says Judge and Stan only combining to play 150 games. We kind of went over that top of the show. Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, another Rays fan. The Rays rotation can shut down the Yankees in a 5-game series.
I mean, cool. How'd you guys do against Tanaka last year?
I don't know why.
How'd you guys do against Cole in Game 5 of your playoff series?
I mean, they're good pitchers, but that's who they're jumping to, not whatever.
More Susugo. I've got a couple ones, a couple ideas for you, Jen.
Okay.
Are you worried about defense at all?
No, Yanks were pretty good at defense last year. They were really good at defensive aligning. They were one of the best teams at defensive alignment, and I expect that to continue. Not worried about Gio, even though the people say he's below average. He's still a good third baseman, and he misses a couple ordinary plays, which really drop all of his analytical scores. But he can make the flashy play, and he can turn a lot of double plays. I'm not worried about Gio. Not worried about DJ.
It's Glaber and Voit, and Gary a little, I guess.
Gary's got the new catching coach, so he's going to be amazing. Glaber doesn't worry me besides the mental lapses. No, I'm not worried about defense.
Okay. And then the other one I had was bullpen. Like, are we... I don't know. I think the only guy that could really freak us out is Ottavino. And that's recent memory shit.
They need to do a better job limiting him. They used him a ton. They burnt him out. And, Rockies fans were telling us, like, hey, second half Otto is a thing. So they should have been a little more cognizant of that. I'm not burning him out. But, no, I'm not too worried about Otto. Stuff's dirty. Just need to get the mind right. You know what a belief is?
Okay.
2020 Sessa.
Oh, here we go.
I think 2020 Sessa and 2020 Lasagna might start climbing the ranks in the bullpen. I believe one of them is going to go 2017 Chad Green on us. No, not that good. Not that good. Maybe 2017 Jonathan Holder.
I am excited for this. If you only get to pick one out of Sessa and Loizaga to have a really not like a good somewhere between Chad Green and Jonathan Holder 2017, 2018, whatever.
I'd go Loizaga, but I want to say Sessa.
I know you do, and that would have been great content, but here we are.
Even in the trust tree, I couldn't do it.
No, it's tough.
Even
We've
in the
all
trust
been brainwashed.
Yeah.
I had someone, I don't think I even posted anything around Sessa, and someone was just like, I hope Sessa's not out there. I was like, he had a really good year last year, man.
It's fine. Yeah. This guy says, save space. What a-hole came up with that idea?
I saw that guy. Was that guy's Twitter image was a bird, right?
Yeah, well, I don't understand. Why does he care?
I was going to comment and say the same guy that makes their Twitter image a bird.
Boom. Well, Ryan says, where's our guarantee Cole is going to be as dominant as he's been and not gulp Kevin Brown? I can't handle him not succeeding. I talk too much shit. I can't handle the backlash. I'm scared, jomboy Jake. Please help me. Don't expect Cole to do what he did last year, but expect him to be very, very good. I think that's fair. It'd still be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, some of the... Matt Blake was literally brought in to make sure that the miles per hour on the fastball stay there, that the revolutions on the off-speed stuff stay there. Yeah, I mean, if Garrett Cole doesn't do exactly what he's done the past 2 years, that's okay. If he does, awesome. But yeah, don't expect, he has changed a lot since 2017 Garrett Cole on the Pirates, but which, by the way, his worst season ever was that year. It was a 4.26 ERA on a Pirates team. He was 2 years removed from a 2.6, fourth in the Cy Young with the Pirates. So it's not like this Houston stuff came out of left field. This was a guy Cashman has literally wanted forever. We got him.
Did you hear the rumor about that Pirates? Never mind. I'm not even going to tell you.
No. Tell me the rumor.
No, you didn't.
He's here. He's here.
You didn't want to hear the rumor, so I'm not telling you the rumor. I'm not telling you the rumor. Garrett Cole's not here.
He's here.
He's not here. The rumor is that he got bad mosquito bite. He didn't like it. Okay. Anyway, this is one that I agree with, Jake. Gio bottoming out, becoming Cleveland Gio, Andujar raking. Now he's our starting third baseman defensively. That is a fear of mine that I think is realistic. I think that's very likely can happen. And it's good, but it's not the best situation. The best situation is Gio hits and we stay with good third base defense. I'd love it if Andujar's raking, but I don't want him to be our everyday third baseman, especially going into playoff series.
Yeah, Andujar ends up all over the spectrum of this, right? Because he could rake and be special, and you could be comfortable with him batting 3rd through 7 on any given day. The defense stuff becomes a little bizarre. I don't know. I mean, do we think... I mean, Andujar right now and Talkin are conflicting things for me because I love Talkin's defense, and I think his bat is really good. I mean, I don't think it's Andujar's, to be honest. And the numbers last year will tell you they are not that far off. But Miguel Andujar does have something special with his hand speed and what he can do with a baseball bat. But yeah, man, I don't know if Miguel Andujar is getting a ton of at-bats. I'm hoping it's at DH, but still, I mean, that's, I don't know. Injuries and stuff probably figure itself out, but yeah, a lot of Andujar's highs come with other people's potential lows.
Yeah, that's not fun. I don't, is it possible that you could, in the realm of possibility, Jake, put Andujar is great with the bat and great with the glove in your, like, biggest beliefs? Is there any part of you as a human being?
Whoa.
I was going into Sean Evans from Hot Ones delivery. That you could believe that he's good with the glove?
At first base, maybe.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, same. Okay. Gaz, a UK Yankees fan, says, I don't really want to say this. So he understands the game, and that's huge. Okay. My biggest fear is that after going unbeaten for 162 games, we get complacent and lose concentration. And his best belief was that after going unbeaten for 162 games, we get complacent and lose concentration, but still have enough to win the World Series. It's a good follow-up.
It's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Gaz.
From the UK. So, wow, man.
Tyler Wade starting in the playoffs.
Tyler Wade parade. Like, I
don't like where you're at with Tyler. You're starting to turn on Tyler. I can see it in that face you're making.
No, I'm the other way.
There was a little while where you believed in your heart, and now it's leaving you.
No, you have the complete opposite wrong read on this. I am leading the Tyler Wade parade.
You're not. You are the caboose of the Tyler Wade.
No, I swear. Yeah. Dude, I think he's going to be a huge part of this club. I think the 26 man and him being able to pinch run and defensive replace early on and then be up there, gain confidence in himself with the big club, and then eventually get a shot somewhere. Like, I don't want to, because I feel like I'm stepping in the same bear trap that I did yesterday and the day before and the day before, and the bear trap hasn't moved. I just keep telling myself it's not going to be there again.
See, that's why you're in the caboose, man. Us leading the Wade parade, we're over the bear trap. Let the bear trap bite us. We want it. We want to be bit.
You want him to not be good? That sounds like you're caboosing this.
I said no. I want to be bit by Tyler Wade.
If the bear trap bites you, that means he's not good.
I'll step in every bear trap for Tyler Wade because I believe.
The trap is that he's actually not. The trap is that he's actually not good.
No, I know, and we're quick enough to get out of the trap. Are you even in the Wade parade?
Oh,
do you even know what a parade is?
Yeah, I do.
Go on.
What do you think the definition of parade is? Celebration that moves through town.
Have to be a celebration.
A public procession, especially one celebrating a special day or event. Wow.
Nice.
Cool. Mr. Pizza Face in the Patreon live chat said Andujar over Wade, though. And that's where I will land on my biggest belief that I wouldn't actually say. I think deep in my heart that there is a chance Wade is a much bigger asset than Andujar going into in the middle of this season. Not a huge chance, but I think there is a chance that happens. But I won't admit it. So next podcast don't bring it up.
Yeah. I think mine I've aired out a lot is like you can do some real lazy connect the dots, and J-Hap could be useful. And I just think so many people are scared of that. Even I think I had a discussion with someone today who's like, yeah, but dude, that vesting option. The vesting option is 27 starts or 160 innings. If J-Hap gets one injury, that's out. If we want to mess around with a 6-man for a couple weeks, you can navigate that so easily. And what's really the worst case? If J-Hap is good for 30 games, he's back for another year and he does it again. Otherwise, yes, the Yankees are going to manipulate that. And that's obvious. J-Hap.
Yeah. I mean, you are J-Hap's biggest supporter in Yankees Nation.
It's odd. It's such lazy connect the dots. Like he wasn't good last year. And what factors were there? Was the ball juiced? More than ever. Did he have some spin rate shit? Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did he look lost at times? Yup. Was there a bunch of starts we walked away saying, well, if that one didn't scrape the wall, J-Hap would have had a nice day. Guess
someone
what?
Someone did research on that for you.
Those are going to end up in Aaron Judge's glove this year, and Hap is just going to be an okay dude. He went 12-8 last year with what was it, a 4.8 ERA, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could see Happer dropping it to 4.4, 4.3, and he's just going to rack up wins for us.
Do you know that the Yankees are going to trade for Chris Bryant?
Oh, that's huge then.
Yeah. Nah, a bunch of people sent that to me on Instagram today because one of the writers at NJ.com wrote a think piece. And if you actually clicked the article, it was like, I don't know, why not? They could do it. But the article is titled, dude, media is so dumb. The article is titled MLB Rumors. Cubs Chris Bryant to Yankees and out of nowhere trade? You can't headline an op-ed that. Like there's zero rumor. This writer, Joe Giglio, just said like, hey, what if? Makes sense to me. Like
Jim,
no rumors.
Out of nowhere.
It's true. It's true. That's kind of contradictory headlining by NJ.com. A rumor can't come out of nowhere. If it's rumored, then it came from the rumors. Wow.
I feel like I'm surprised Mike Ford wasn't mentioned at all. Do we have anything on Mike Ford?
I have, You know those balls, those 5 metal balls, and you swing one, and then the pendulum goes.
Sure.
You know when they're not swinging at all and they're just still?
Yeah. That's
my opinion on Mike Ford going into the season.
That's something. What about I think I've got a good one. That's something I could see myself believing in.
Okay, believe in something, Jake. Believe in anything. Finally, do it.
How about Chad Green becoming the 8th inning guy?
Over Britton and Ottavino?
With how strong he finished last year, if those old birds take a step back and Chad ticks up, I don't know. I would say that in the trust tree with these people.
Okay. What about Zach Britton becoming a starter? That's something I don't believe
Now
I don't believe in that.
No, I don't believe in that. No.
Okay.
It's a close call.
Yeah. Anything else, Jake?
I don't think so. I feel like we shied away from a lot of Gary stuff. I mean, we brought in that catching coach that made Mitch Garver a stud. Like, what if he can coach Gary up?
Yeah, they got him on one knee.
It's one knee Gary could like change things.
Yeah, I've been brushing my teeth on one knee.
Are you serious?
Nope, that was a joke.
That was close.
It wasn't a joke. It was a lie.
Wasn't a joke. It was a lie, but it was also a joke. So
Yeah. So come out February 19th, doing a live show in Tampa.
MVP this year.
How many Yankees do you think get MVP votes this year? 15 through 20. What's your guess?
In the 15 through 20 range of the MVP vote?
No. How many Yankees?
You were saying
a vote for MVP
15 through 20.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No answer?
No answer on my end. I want to hear yours first.
We got to end this episode. Thank you guys very much for listening. We appreciate it. Like we said, on February 19th, we're going to be trying to put together a live show in Tampa. So if you're from Florida or you're going to be down there for that time for the first couple open tryout days of spring training, which we highly recommend. They're fun if you love the guys and just want to see them kind of, interact and meet some fans and be able to sit in many different aspects of the park, and it's free. Come out on the 19th. And if you're there on the 29th, come out and watch a game with us. Those tickets are currently on sale. Shop.talkinyanks.com. The live event we haven't put them on sale yet or
Jim,
whatever. Yeah.
I just got a late question, which I think is a fun one.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the first rookie on the Yankees this year?
Someone that's not with the team right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like not in the Yankees organization?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's your answer?
Hot take, John. Rookie on the Yankees this year. Ooh, dig it out of my brain.
Luis Gil?
Yeah, I mean it's got to be a pitcher, right?
Yeah, it's got to be a pitcher, and it's got to be probably a reliever, which leaves you and probably on the 40-man. So you got Nick Nelson, Luis Medina, Brooks Kriske, Miguel Yajure.
I'm going Kriske. We've been on the Brooks Kriske train. He comes up and gets an inning or two.
6'3", 109 pounds. Birthday is?
You said 109 pounds.
190. Guess when his birthday is?
Kriske? He's what is he? February 19th?
February 3rd. Today is his birthday.
Jesus.
So now I believe with all my heart that he will be the first rookie to make his debut for the 2020 Yankees. Thank you very much for listening to the show today. If you want to leave a 5-star review, you can, but don't feel pressured to. Go Yanks. Tell them, Gramps.
Go Yankees.